Welcome back to another episode of Premier League Roundup. As this time, entering into the December long months with tight fixtures, Huddersfield still look to remain top of the table after we get through the halfway point of the season. The first match of this episode, they travel to Vicarage Road to take on Watford's side. Of course, Huddersfield have been playing well but have dropped points recently, so they need to get back on form if they are to stay at the top of the table. So the first chance here is actually not a chance but an injury, as a player goes down there from the cross, and unfortunately the young Brazilian Richarlison had to be taken off, and unfortunately will miss the next few weeks from matches. So disappointing to see there, especially from a young talent like Richarlison for Watford. However, they still went on and they were creating the early chances. As an early save for Lissel there, the ball was played through into Cleverly, and another great save by the Danish keeper. He's on loan, but Huddersfield could be looking to keep him on for next season. Another shot comes in Cleverly again, but this time just wide of the target. And it was Huddersfield who came through with their first chance and the first goal, as the ball is played across into Tom Ince, and he puts that away after Sabitzer's great run inside to give Huddersfield the lead just before the half. So good play by the Terriers, as a very easy finish, a well-worked goal, and Tom Ince gives them the early 1-0 lead going into the half. So that's how the first half ended, and into the second, as Watford still were looking to pile on the chances, and they did just so. Another shot there from Pereira, but their just finishing was on point in this game, as they were creating chances. They're a controversial foul, as the free kick comes in. Okaka wins it into Cleverly, and Cleverly puts it away. So after his third shot there, he finally gets a goal, as the Huddersfield players were just annoyed by that goal. That foul before the play that led to the free kick was questionable, and Huddersfield will be very disappointed about that. They were getting chances but also couldn't put the ball away, as this match was just very poor finishing from both sides. Another shot there from Mounier going through, and now they are through with Pavone, and just took way too many touches, and Carnizes was there, and that's how the match ended. So both sides, one of the sides at least should have gotten 3 points, but it ends in a 1-1 draw. So next match for Huddersfield then, as they travel to the coast to face Southampton again on their travels. Southampton, of course, a team who has solidified their position in the Premier League over the course of the past few years, and they're hoping to have another successful season, this time under their new manager Pellegrino. The first start came to Southampton and an early goal, as Shane Long was played through, and the Irishman finishes it past Lissel to give them the early lead. So defensive fragility by Huddersfield, as they're one of the top teams in goals conceded, and even though they are the leading side in goals scored, they really need to solve that in the next few months if they are to keep a spot at the top of the table. As Southampton try to extend their lead here, as they do get another chance. A great ball by Martins into Ward-Prowse, and had the easy finish of putting it past the keeper and giving Southampton the 2-0 lead. So Huddersfield are pushing men forward and left gaps at the back. There's another goal there from Southampton, but it wasn't over yet, as a great cross by Pavone into the path of Marcel Sabitzer, as he just thumped the volley, smashed it into the back of the net, gave Huddersfield some hope in the final minutes of the game. So the Austrian halves the score at 2-1, and a great save by Lissel to keep them in this match. Another chance for them, as Lissel pulls out another save and has really stepped up his performances lately. And we try to get the ball up quickly, and Kachunga wins the ball on an error by the defender and puts it away for Huddersfield in the dying embers of the game, as he levels the score, and they come back from 2 goals to get a point from this match. So huge goal by Kachunga, poor mistake by Southampton, as they still could have gotten a chance to win the match, but Ward-Prowse's shot blazes past the post, and that's how the match finishes. So Huddersfield disappointed in the first half, but considering they came back from 2 goals, it was a good result, as another draw for Huddersfield, as they still are without a win in this episode. So next match, Huddersfield returned back to the Kirklees Stadium to take on Stoke City. Another match in midweek, and it's been a tough run of fixtures for Huddersfield. They really need to step it up. Of course, they're still the top scoring team, but their defensive fragility has left them conceding a lot of goals and costing themselves a lot of points. So a big match here for Stoke, and Huddersfield. So hopefully Huddersfield here can get the win and return to winning ways. So the first chance here comes to Huddersfield, and it was a penalty as Kachunga was taken down just on the edge of the box. Has a chance for Lova here to give Huddersfield the 1-0 lead as the veteran steps up and blazes it over the bar into the Z stand there, as the German just made a hash out of that chance. Just a few minutes later he paid for it as Mame Diouf went through with a great finish on his left into the top right corner. No chance for Lissel, who's played great in the past few matches, but a great finish by Mame Diouf as he gives Stoke the early 1-0 lead. They still are attacking, and another defensive mistake as Huddersfield really need to sort out the defense in January, as a Diouf going through and puts it away again as he gives Stoke the 2-0 lead. And looks like Huddersfield are going to battle back from another deficit like last match. They were creating chances in the second half but just could not finish, as Van La Parra just shanked that shot there as he was through on goal. Here they get another chance as Palmer tries to play inside. Sabitzer eventually gets to it and puts it away for the Terriers, as it gives them some hope, just like the last match where they have a few minutes left to level the score. However, they weren't creating as many chances, but a good play there. They got lucky with the finish and the pass inside. But it was Sabitzer who gets another goal, but they just didn't have enough time, didn't have enough chances, as the game ultimately ends in a 2-1 loss. So another drop points by Huddersfield, and haven't gotten a win in the past few matches, so they really need to step it up if they do want to keep their spot at the top of the table, because as of now, their spot keeps falling. So the final match of this episode, they continue their homestand at the Kirklees Stadium, as this time they take on Burnley. A lot of changes as tight fixtures here, and they've actually dropped to 4th place, so they really need to get back to winning ways here against a decently coached Burnley side if they want to keep fighting for the title. So the first chance here comes to Huddersfield as they try to respond quickly after last match. Pavone gets played through down the left-hand side, and a cracking finish off the top of the crossbar as he celebrates with the fans to give Huddersfield the early 1-0 lead. It was a huge game. The fans knew it, as Huddersfield needed to get back to winning ways, as Burnley there tried to get a free kick goal, but Wood's shot goes just over the bar. And here now they go through again, could have made it 2-0, but Philip Billings' shot is well saved by Nick Pope, as eventually it is cleared away. So into the second half, as Huddersfield still couldn't let this 1-0 lead slip by, as a chance there for Burnley, but Lissel with a good save. And they tried to make the score 2-0 as Pavone was played through, tried to get his second, but just made a hash out of that chance. As a Burnley now get played through, and should have made that 1-1 there, but unfortunately for Cork put it wide. But it was Huddersfield's missing of chances that ultimately cost them, as it was Chris Wood who was played through, a great finish, just smashed that into the back of the net and levels the score. So another match where Huddersfield just lose the lead, and now are going to have to fight back to get all 3 points as they get a free kick chance of their own, but Pavone's shot goes just over the bar. They had a great chance here to put them up 2-1 as Van La Parra was played through and Pope with a huge save, and that cost them again as the ball was played through just seconds later, and just Burnley getting the win. Just terrible by Huddersfield, and another lead lost, another points dropped as they lose this match 2-1 in the dying embers of the game, and it looks like they're just falling apart and slipping away. The next few matches will be in January as they look to strengthen and maybe change up the side if they do want to continue their top place, their fight for the top. So that's how the match ends 2-1 in a poor episode by Huddersfield.